guys, my name is Katisha and this is my new mini-series called Does It Really Matter? Now, the first episode of this series is about appearance because I spend a lot of time on Tumblr and other social networking sites, and the main thing I see is people not being happy with the way they look. Now, whether this is to do with your body weight, your hair colour, how many freckles you have, or anything else you can think of, we're human beings and we're built in a way that people always have something that they're going to hate about themselves. Well, that's unless you're Robert Downey Jr. This is completely normal. No one loves everything about themselves. Everybody has at least one little niggling thought in the back of your mind that tells you that something's wrong with you. Now, I personally have a lot of things I don't really like about myself, but I'm refusing to let it control my mind so that I suddenly become obsessed over how I look in certain clothes or certain makeup. Now, getting yourself into this state of mind is all well being said, but it's a lot harder when it's put into practice. Now, sometimes in life it seems that just as soon as you're starting to feel okay with the way you look, someone will come along and say, "Oh, you look a bit chubby," or "Oh, you've put on a bit of weight, haven't you?" Yeah, thanks for that. Now, us being human beings are always seeking for approval from people, and so when we hear things like this, it can be really hard to take. Especially if it's from someone you trust, like your friends or your family, which we have to admit most of the time it is. Now, some people, when they're told things like this, will just fall into a pit of self-hate and misery because they feel like if they say something back, then it'll just come off as rude or being in denial. But we need to stand up for ourselves and say, no, I'm happy with the way I am, and nothing you say is going to change that. If I do change, then it's because it's something I want. It's not going to be because of anything you've said to me. We just need to remember that if you are truly unhappy and you really aren't comfortable with the way you look, then you can easily change. There are plenty of bottles of hair dye and tubs of foundation and plenty of diets out there for you to do. But if you're only feeling this way because of something someone said, then you need to stand up for yourself and in a way be selfish and say, no, your opinion doesn't matter. All that matters is how I feel about myself. And if these specific people are making you feel this way, then you need to just drop them and carry on with your life. Admittedly, it's a little bit harder when it's your family, but that's a topic for another video. If you take one thing from this video, I want you to remember that somewhere out there, someone's idea of perfection is you. And they're going to love you for who you are no matter what. Appearances really don't matter. And if someone really cares that much about how you look, and they're not happy with the way you look, then they are not worth your time of day or your attention. Just stay true to yourselves, and I'll see you guys next week for the next instalment of Does It Really Matter? If you do have a particular topic that you want me to talk about next week, then just leave it as a comment below. I'll see you guys later.